wait to kick off the holiday season. I mean, the gift of the six AAA and my gift of talking to the one and only Tyler Perry. How are you, sir?
I'm good, Vicky. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Have you had a moment to kind of take all of this in? I know you're in a whirlwind right now.
Yeah, I'm in a whirlwind that's on the way to Paris and London and New York, so it's a lot of moving parts. But I, from the time I finished it, I just wanted to make sure that I'd honored these women and to have the real Lena King see the finished product before she passed. That was really important to me. So yeah.
Anna.
So from Scandal and Sisters to the six
Oh,
AAA,
SS.
Yes. Yes.
Ebony, Kerry, how are you ladies feeling?
We're feeling great.
Blessed.
Blessed.
Can we
See?
okay.
There you go.
Yes.
I know it's like a whirlwind right now, but I hope you guys have a second later to kind of just take it all in and realize that you created this amazing project. So congratulations on the work you've done on this.
Thank you so
Yes.
much. Really, like I can feel your enthusiasm and I'm so
Oh,
grateful.
well, good. And I have to send another quick also congratulations to you, Kerry, for your star.
Yes.
Oh, thank
Yes.
you. That's
Definitely have to
kind.
throw that out there.
No, I was there, and I am glad that you did so I could clap because
I
it
told
was
her
so
I'm going to be at
deserved.
hers. I'm going to be at her star ceremony too. I'm
Me
making that
too.
commitment right now.
Put it in the universe.
Yes.
Thank you.
I love that. You know, this stories, first of all, so amazing. And I mean, I talked to Tyler earlier and he talked about how he was embarrassed. He didn't know about it. And I'm like, I feel the same. This is such a unique story. I mean, about the only women's Army Corps unit of color during World War II. And they really contributed to this war in such a different and unique way, going through 3 years of backlog mail, 17 million, more than 17 million pieces of it. I would love to just dive right in. And Ebony, talk to me about, this is such a powerful and heavy story. What
Absolutely.
was a moment on set for you that you were just like, wow, like I know this is going to be so impactful for the audiences?
Oh my goodness. I mean, going over to England was huge. I think seeing the sets and how accurately they were remodeled to be the streets that these women marched down. I mean, they were an anomaly at the time. This had not been done. They were the first to do it. They were the first to do it well. And I just think the level of detail and nuance that was put into wardrobe, into costume. My tie is an actual, it's not a replica, it's an actual tie from that time period. Yes, the 1940s. Putting that on helped me so much to just get into the space of Lena, get into line under this incredible captain force of ours, and really
Yes.
just soak it all in, the magnitude of these women. Of course, it was intimidating at times, but it was also such a privilege to be a part of the story and honoring them and celebrating them so much.
Yeah, I know that it was probably such an undertaking. Of course, you just want to do well because it's such an important story to tell, but
Yeah.
you killed it. You
Yes.
did.
Amen. She did.
We did. Oh my goodness. And of course,
Yeah.
Kerry executive produced as well, so she was at the helm of so many things and making sure that this project was what it is. So
Yeah.
we're very grateful for that.
It was Nicole Avant who uh, sent me a scissor reel that that Kerry Seelick and Peter Guber had put together for about the 6 and I was embarrassed that I didn't know the story. I was like, this can't be real. There were 855 black women in World War II in Europe? You're kidding, right? Like, no, they went, led by a 26-year-old woman named Charity Adams. So for me to be able to tell this story was really, really important, and I wanted to just, again, make sure I did it right.
I mean, and there's so many layers that come with
Yeah.
this story. I mean, the black aspect, the woman aspect, just all the things they had to deal with. What message do you think resonates with you the most that you want audiences to get from this?
Just the fact that these women were such heroes, that they were underestimated, that they were dogged out, they were dejected, but they never gave up. They fought. They stood as one unit, and as you watch them march, every step is together, and that's the way they were through this whole moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was so powerful just to see that. And it's crazy because, you see all these things that they have to go through. And it's kind of like how you said, like, this can't be real, but it's
Yeah.
like these women actually went through these things. And I love that we're getting to see this story because I know this is probably one of so many that we don't know about.
That's exactly right.
Your character, Lieutenant Colonel Charity Adams, such a powerful woman. And she mentioned a few times in the movie how the 6888 represents, black woman as a whole. Like when you're in the uniform, you're not just doing it for you, you're representing the whole race. And I, you know, I always hear that saying you have to be twice as good and sometimes even more. What do you think the most important message this film conveys, as far as the role of black women in World War II and beyond?
Wow, when I hear that question, I think of two answers really. I do think of the what these women deserve as black women, what they sacrificed, what they achieved to defend and protect not just our country, but democracy all over the globe. Like, this is such an important moment to lift them up, to tell their story, to make sure that people know their names. That's why every single name, every member, 855 women, is at the end of our film because of how much they matter. But the truth is also that we all matter, that we all have a mission to rise to meet our best selves, no matter how much doubt we have within us or no matter how much other people doubt us. So I think one of the beautiful things about the film is also that it's really resonating not just with black women. It's lifting black women up, but the film is resonating for people, anybody who's ever felt underestimated, doubted, misunderstood, pushed to the side, disrespected. The film says no matter who you are, where you were born, who you love, what God you worship, what zip code you were born into, no matter who you are, you deserve the opportunity to meet the mission of your life. They did it and you can do it. And that, I think, is the best thing we can do to really honor their legacy going forward. Now that we're telling this story, we have to live our gratitude. That's what our producer, Nicole Avant, says. We live our gratitude. So we have to meet the best in ourselves the way that they have taught us to.
That's so inspiring. Was there a moment on set, whether on off camera, that just really hit you, and kind of what that moment was?
Oh, there are many moments. I mean, from the march was one moment, but the over my dead body moment, we were at Berry College right there in Georgia. And that moment was so powerful. I got chills when Kerry started in on that speech, and the whole room was just so silent, and there were actual tears from the extras. It was a really powerful moment. And when people see it, the same kind of reaction happens in the theaters.
Yeah, I mean, I got chills watching it. I can't wait for my family to see it.
Yeah.
This also reminded me just kind of that saying that we hear, whether we see it on social media or whatever, that black people are superheroes. I mean, the things that we can accomplish. And I want to know from you, while you were creating this, did you ever think for a moment as far as what your own personal superpower might be, whether that be showing compassion for others or working well under pressure?
I think that, yeah, as I'm definitely a caregiver, and I lean in and I make sure that when I ask someone if they're okay, I really mean it. So that, I think that is my ability to really see into people is something I would consider to be a superpower for sure.
What's your superpower?
Yeah.
I think my superpower is storytelling. I love being able to tell stories and not just, the surface stuff, but really get deep down and figure out why this story needs to be told, how it should be told through the authentic voice of the person who I want to tell it to.
Oh, that's good.
That is good.
Does it make
Oh,
you
thank you.
Yeah, it absolutely makes me think about that. I think my superpower would probably be my desire to understand other human beings and where they're coming from. I think that's why storytelling is so beautiful and powerful and moving to me as an individual, not just as a woman, not just as, a black woman even. I think there's something to be said about having the type of humanity that it requires to get out of your own shoes and get into somebody else's and really just sympathize with whatever it is that they're experiencing, it, no matter if it's your story or not. And that's, this is 1940s.
Story.
Yeah, we can understand where they came from because there's nuances and remnants of that in our experience today, but these were different women. But when you watch this, I'm sure that you'll see yourself in this as well, or at least I hope you do.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Kerry?
Yes, superpower.
It's funny, your question makes me think about that scene in the film where they start to reveal their superpowers to each other. And I
know
love
exactly
that.
what you're talking about.
I love that
Yeah.
because I think in many ways, Lena and Charity in particular, they feel like they're in this alone. They feel like the responsibility of what they're up against is on their shoulders, and they can't lean in on anybody to meet the mission. And what they learn in the process of the film in this journey is that they're stronger together. That when they start to hear like, oh, this person used to work in a department store, and this person knows fabrics, and this person knows perfumes, and this person was an mortician, and this person can identify symbols on an envelope. Everybody has their unique genius, and actually when we make room for each other's superpowers, we rise together. So I love that you pulled that forward, because I do think they learn to win as sisters. None of them wins alone. They learn when they win, when they really learn to work together. And I think for me, that's one of my superpowers. I'm really drawn to creating environments where people feel like there's room for all of them, and people feel seen and heard.
That actually is very good. I'm glad you're aware that that's what you're good at, because she's great at it.
Thank you both so much. Thank you for your talents, for sharing your gifts with this world. Congratulations on this amazing project, and I can't wait to watch it again with my family.
Oh,
yes,
thank you.
please do.
We feel your love. Thank you so much.
Oh, good. We'll do this again next time in person.
Okay,
Yes.
sounds good.
Counting on it.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.